The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by All Pro Roofing. AllProRoofingLLC.com on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, sports concept and rationalizations coming your way, and at the end of the drill, if you'd like some, what do we have, ticks today?
Yeah, we're hooking the Googies up with ticks to
Lyme
go
disease.
to the Constellation Furyk and Friends coming up.
Oh, nice.
Starts on
I'll
Friday.
be out there Friday.
Out at Timuquana.
Looking forward to it.
Presented by Circle K. Yeah, stay tuned at the end of the 10-minute drill. We'll give one listener a chance to score a pair of tickets to head out and watch some golf.
And for those of you who aren't aware, we realize you don't listen, a lot of you, 4 hours all day, every day. But if you're not aware, this field that Jim Furyk has put together out at Timuquana for this Champions Tour event, it is being called, at least when we had him in studio, maybe the strongest field ever assembled for a Champions Tour event. I think there are 13 former major champions in there, including Phil Mickelson and Davis Love and Vijay Singh among the locals, Fred Funk and others. Jim Furyk, of course, will take part. So you can go to that Constellation Furyk and Friends website and lock you up some tickets if you didn't get through. Well, the apology tour ended yesterday, Dan. I don't know what else Urban Meyer can do to have this story move along to the next stage. He's apologized to his team. He's apologized to his family. He's apologized to the staff. He's apologized in his generic Monday press conference. He's apologized to the owner, and now through his own Urban Meyer show, apologized last night. Now, regardless of what you think of Urban Meyer's sincerity, character, or anything else, I will say there is one thing I believe. I don't think it's lip service to Shad Khan. I do feel like he really likes and appreciates and does feel this sense of letting down an owner who is, until this point he's had a great relationship with.
An owner who wants to win in the worst way. That's one of the reasons I came here. I admire the guy so much, and his drive is in the purest form, and it's for Jacksonville. And so that's what makes me so angry at myself, that I'd lived that, I believe that, and I failed. And I got to get it back, and I will.
All right, so now we move on to the football.
Yes.
Right? And how does this, if at all, affect the football product? That's what, to me, now matters. Look, one of two things can happen here, Dan. Mm-hmm. All right? You can rally around your coach. He needs a win. They're still all on board with Urban. They like him. They want him to win. They want to help him out of this situation. Or it's roll of the eyes and go through the motions, and you're not in sync with your coach right now. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's going to be, listen, here's the deal. I mean, he's going to have to, as everyone has said, regain the trust of the locker room. Whether it's gone or not, that's debatable. Like I said, I talked to one player, and here's all I care about, Pross. I don't want this franchise to screw up Trevor Lawrence. That's all I care. It's the only guy if I was Shad Khan, the first thing I would have done in the last couple of days is I would have talked to Trevor Lawrence. And I would have said, Trevor, I just want to know where you are. How are things going? We've invested in you. You're going to be our quarterback. I want you to be here for the next 15 years. Where are you with all this? And talk to him in an open and honest discussion. I've got to keep don't screw up Trevor Lawrence.
To the point of,
That's the main thing.
To the point from our perspective, not saying it's Shad's, I don't really even care what anyone else has to say.
Right.
You guys have lost 19 games in a row. You're terrible.
Right.
Well, that's fair. I would also add this. There's a couple of items in play here, and I don't say this to defend one side or the other, but I think it's the fact that as you consume your information, the consumer and the fan, and you're going through it. There's one thing kind of in common here with the most vitriolic takes on Urban Meyer, okay? Mm-hmm. And that is this group of former college football beat writers who covered Urban Meyer through his heyday, whether it's Andy Staples, whether it's Michael Silver, whether it's any of those other national ones that were out there. Mm-hmm. And when Urban was at his best, he was standoffish. He could be curt and rude. He never went out of his way to help you advance the story. Mm-hmm. They, quite frankly, didn't like him. He was powerful and insulated and untouchable.
Yeah.
Well, now he's not.
Right.
And now flaws are being exposed, and we're finding out just how much your national college beat writer hated Urban Meyer.
Okay.
And I think that is being expressed somewhat in the way that the reporting has followed this story.
All right.
Well. And so, that's one thing. The second thing I would say is this. Whether it's here at 1010XL, but I'm applying this to wherever you are working today, listening to this radio program. Mm-hmm. If someone came into your 100 say you have 100 employees, and they came in and said, all right, we're trying to get to the bottom of exactly what everyone feels about the organization, so we're going to have an interview with you, and I want you to let it all off your chest.
Yeah.
This is completely anonymous. No one will ever know where any of the opinions are coming from. I don't care what business it is. There's going to be a percentage of people who, the quote-unquote disgruntled, oh, the boss doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Oh, this guy's in the wrong position. Oh, that would exist just about at any company.
Yeah.
Now, what percentage of people fall into that category? If you're a company
Sure.
that's what's working, it's going to be low, but maybe 10 to 20%, maybe.
Right.
But you're still healthy enough with good enough people that those dissenters don't affect your day-to-day bottom line or your progress. Okay. Michael Silva, for example.
So if you were going to write an expose on 1010XL, you would call beef, and he would go
he
silent.
would dish the dirt, right?
And he would dish the
Under
dirt.
the cloak of anonymity, he would be fine to
Beef,
just.
is that I would count on you to give me that stuff. Is that
100%.
true? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you see what I mean?
Under the cloak.
Yes.
Right.
No question.
Anonymous source.
Yeah,
Sources tell me.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so now fast forward to Michael Silver, who, to my knowledge, doesn't live or work here in Jacksonville,
Right,
correct, Dan?
right.
He's a national writer,
Right.
has some ties to the Jaguars. He's got some other stories through the management angle
Sure.
through the years, right? Okay. He, in his inflammatory, article, takes it to another level, the Jaguars are shocked and disgusted. He's lost the locker room. And he quoted, I believe, 2 unnamed sources, right?
I don't even think it was 2.
I think it was
Just-
just source.
I think it was just
Okay,
one.
well, let's give him the benefit of the
Okay.
doubt, which in the old journalism you had to have 3 sources.
Right.
Most of the time you preferred them to not be anonymous, but in today's day and age where you just, tweet it out and go with it, no one cares.
Here's what it says in the thread.
Okay.
The Urban Meyer situation in Jacksonville has reached a crisis point, especially in the locker room. One player told me, quote, he has zero credibility in that stadium. He had very little to begin
Okay.
with.
All right. No, you just end it there. All right. One player, again, told him this. All
Yeah.
right. One player would basically be, never mind the staff and the other, just players. There's 63 when you include the practice squad.
Well,
Maybe 65 with some
Yeah.
IR guys around.
Yeah.
What's 1 out of 65, by the way? What percentage is that? And my point being, this dysfunction, this lost it, that's at Best Buy today. That's at your favorite golf. That's everywhere where there's
Sure.
a dynamic among human beings
again,
in
unless
the
that
workplace.
unless that one is Trevor,
Right.
I don't really care.
And now, to me,
But
again,
I want to listen. Here's the deal: will they perform on Sunday, and whether you think they're going to perform one way or not, regardless of what had happened, it will be. That's the next time this story is really going to come up. I think is how if they get blown out by Tennessee, then the discussion is going to continue. If they go and win a football game, and I will maintain this last thing too, and you tell me if I'm wrong, either of you. If the Jags were even 2-2 or 3-1, would this have been a story?
not as much.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been a story at all.
And by the way, I think the same people that are aghast and shocked, and look, I get it. Some of your sensibilities from these complaints, you do live a lot closer to perfect lives than me
fine.
and most of the people I know. And if that's incredibly offensive, that's fine. But to put a bow on the apology tour now and not keep revisiting the same story, that's another thing that happens. Somebody hears about the story 2 days later, it's new to them, and it flares up again.
Right.
Right? Like we'll get text on the text line with information that we knew on Monday.
Right.
Right? That they think they're forwarding something that, oh, look at this advancement.
Well, the next thing that's going to happen as well is and what will happen on Twitter, mark my words, is that, and maybe it already has, Beef, you're more in the social media than me.
Yes, sir.
They'll figure out who the young lady is.
Oh, they're already on that.
Okay.
And it's not at least according to the investigator, the social media investigators.
social media
Not a random encounter.
Right.
Not an unknown person.
Okay, so that's the next thing, and they'll say, okay, so whoever she is, and then they'll dive into that, and is there a history, et cetera, et cetera. So all that's coming as well. That part of it is coming as well. And again, though, it's just odd to me because I've known of other coaches who, have had similar situations, and none of it, I don't remember it being reported. It's weird to me.
Well, according to this mentality, and again, I'm speaking to people that say Urban Meyer should be fired. I mean, I don't know how these things get so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But according to this logic and this standard, Deshaun Watson can never play in the league again. Ever.
Well, that's true, too.
Never, ever, ever, ever can he talk to, be promoted, be traded for.
Right.
He cannot play in the National Football League if what that video that shows Urban Meyer doing is cause for fire.
I guess the difference really always comes down to video.
Yeah, I
There's
guess.
video. Whenever there's video, everything changes.
Again, I would just, at this point, or what Urban Meyer did was very rude to his wife. It wasn't rude to anyone hearing this. It wasn't rude to you personally.
Yeah.
You guys are way in your feelings. You take this personally,
Yeah.
that somebody else's character flaw somehow reflects on you.
Yeah.
It's, and by the way, you same people, and I believe this, if somehow the Jaguars turn it around and they're 9-8, yeah.
I still think, for me, I think the stunner for me was him not coming back with the team.
Well, that's
At 0-4.
and again, that's a football thing. I'm as critical of that as anyone. You're 0-4, buddy. Get your butt back
Now,
to town.
I wonder if any of the players
I don't know.
also were excused. I don't know.
I don't know. And but we've also said, do we know if Shad, okayed him staying?
Yeah.
I don't think he snuck around to stay back without anyone knowing.
A lot of layers here,
that he
but the
wasn't
main
allowed.
thing is they got to get back to work. They got to get back to football. It's media day today, so the boys will be asked about it a lot, and that's where it is somewhat of a, I don't want to call it a distraction because I don't think the players care, but it'll be interesting to see what their reactions are to it today when they get asked about it over and over again, because that's what's going to happen.
Well, I'm interested in really how the response is on Sunday. How do they respond and how do they react?
Yeah.
There is, a reality that's out there as well that needs to be harnessed into this overall evaluation. It took over a 1-15 football team starting a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Are they supposed to be 3-1 right now? Like I said, I'm worried about the long-term growth, development, and
Right.
success of the football team.
Right.
It's not my place to judge what, and that would go across the board. You guys want to follow around every athlete and coach? Do you? Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
You want to follow around every NFL player and coach 24/7 from now until the end of the season
Right.
and hold everyone to that standard?
I think we all agree pretty much on everything that has occurred. Bad look. Shouldn't have done it. It's just, what is the level of punishment in some people's minds? They want him fired. And
That's silliness.
I just think
Yeah,
that's
you know what that
over the
is?
top.
That's this nonsense, cancel culture, loud screaming crowd. I'm not down with them. I'm not. I'm not down with them at all, personally. But we'll see. What did you make of the Bryson DeChambeau Brooks Koepka pairing?
I was surprised for sure.
I'm starting to think, there's a conspiracy theory
And
out
maybe
there.
it's been planned all along.
It's all along because they've got
Yeah.
that social media, drive
Yeah.
up the numbers, get paid a
Yeah.
bonus, increase. I mean, is this? Have we been hoodwinked? Is this a wrestling promotion?
Who knows? Who knows? And
Are you saying this was a work?
it sure
I wonder.
I don't know though, man. Brooks Koepka's reaction was priceless when he, that one. I don't know if you can feign that unless he's a hell of an actor, and I don't fashion Brooks Koepka to be a great actor, a thespian, if you will.
I
So,
just wonder if they weren't at some point aware that they were going to shoot at each other,
yeah,
and so you weren't as taken aback and
like,
shocked
hey
and
fellas,
hurt.
we want you to play the match.
Not even if
so,
they told him, if they do,
Yeah.
but they're themselves.
Yeah.
And who knows how long they've known this.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. The Cowboys made a surprise release, but maybe upon further investigation, it's not that much of a surprise. So we'll talk about that. The Jaguars getting ready. The Gators have a homecoming game at noon against Vandy, and FSU goes to North Carolina. All that and more coming up right here on The Drill.